Hello, this is Upasana Adhikari, Assistant Professor of PhD AIML Department of Haldia Institute of Technology, Haldia. And for video lecture, my topic will be data type in C. This is a very basic topic, but it is very essential for any kind of programming. So, to know about data type, it is very important. So, in a bookish language, we can say what is data type. Data types are declaration of memory locations or variables that determine the characteristics of the data that may be stored and the methods, operations of processing that are permitted involving them. Now, so actually that means a data type is to identify various types of data, such as real, integer, or character that determine the possible ways for that type. So, in data type, when we declare a data type to print that data or to take some input of that type of data, we need some format specifier. So why do we need or use C format specifier? So format specifiers in C are used to take input and print the output of a. The symbol we use in every format specifier is percentile, that is this sign, this percentile sign. Format specifiers tell the compiler about the type of data that must be given or input and the out type of data that must be printed on the screen. Okay. Now, today, if we go through the elaboration of this data type, there are basically four types of data type. That is, number one is basic or primitive type. Number one will be, uh, let's write down basic or primitive data type. Okay. And the second one will be, let's write that one also. That is number two, derived data type. Derived data type. Number three, user defined data type. Number four, void data type. Can I see? Okay. As our lecture will be very much lengthy if we go all through this. So we will just go through the basic primitive data type, and if we if we don't get much time, then we will only stick to the integer type one. Now, basic by primitive data type are of three types. One is integer, second is character, and third is float. Now, let's again write down that basic primitive data types basically of three types. One, integer. Number 2, character. Number 3, float. So we will only go through this integer. There are lots in depth in integer. So let's start. What is integer? Integers are whole numbers. The keyword int, int, is used to declare integer variable. Okay. A int can be augmented with four modifiers: short, long, unsigned, and signed. These modifiers limit the range of values which can be stored in an integer variable. Okay, so again write down. Okay, let's move to the next writing. Integer have four modifiers. They are: one, short; number two, long; number three, signed; and number four, unsigned. Sorry for extra E. Okay. Now, this modifier basically limits the range of values which can be stored in an integer variable. Let's move first one. First integer type is, that is signed int or int. Okay. One we were talking about is int by signed int. So its storage size will be 2 byte and value will range from minus 32,768 to 32,767. And the format specifier, it will use that percentage D or percentile I. So let's do a program using that particular. For that, we will select the C and we have to save that as I am using VS Code integer dot C. Okay, saving that. Let's write the program. Mm, okay. Typing the whole program will take a lots of time. So I have already created that program and uh, that I will use here. So this is the program and here we are declaring the variables of integer type. One is integer type, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a decimal number. So we are declaring its data type. in int, and in the next one is a signed integer. That is, it will be either positive or negative. So signed integer, here we have declared minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is positive, we don't have to write slash sign before a decimal number, we know. And if it is negative, so we have to write minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To print the size of integer, so as we are talking about the data type, so we must know the size of the data type. To know the size of the data type, we have used the percentile ZU, that is Z percentile ZU. Percentile ZU, actually percentile ZU, basically it is the format specifier in C for printing the size of result. Okay, this is due to the fact that size of produces a value of type size t. An unsigned integer type that is platform neutral, means platform independent and intended to represent sizes. Okay, so but why use percentage reduce? That could be a question from your side. I feel that basically size t may be a 64-bit unsigned integer on some system, but it may be a 32 unsigned integer on other. No matter the platform, using percentile ZU guarantees that the size t value is printed accurately. Okay, so it is basically platform independent, whether you are using 32-bit or 64-bit, doesn't matter. So ZU will guarantee that the size t value will be printed accurately. And another one is using percentage ZU compatibility. Okay, it prevents error or undefinable behavior when printing values for size. That is the size of operator. Okay, but you are using size of operator. If you using size of operator, it is better to use percentage ZU. Actually, if you use percentile U or percentile D instead of percentile ZU, you might encounter incorrect output or a compiler warning. Okay. Now let's return back to the program again. So in this program, you can see that the size of int and signed int is typically 4 bytes. Okay, let's put the output first. Mm, let's run the program. Can you see the program output? So here we can see that it is showing size of int is 4 bytes, size of signed int is 4 bytes, value of number 1 is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, value of number 1 using percentile I also showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, value of number 2 using percentile D showing minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is the signed integer value, and again for percentile I it is showing minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use both percentile D and percentile I, but there is one difference, that is it will behave the same way, but when printing actually integer, but I can also be used with scanf. for octal and hexadecimal input. Okay. For octal and hexadecimal input, uh, I can also be used as in scanner. You can use I instead of decimal if you want octal or hexadecimal. Now, we knew about integer size and signed integer size. Both will produce 4 byte, but it will be only in modern computers. Okay. Um, but it might be 2 byte on older platforms or specific compiler. In some compiler, while running this program, you will see that it is not 4 byte. You may think that this is wrong and that is correct, but not the true. Both are correct. It is basically compiler based. Adjust expectation as per your system. Okay. Now, when next question comes, when to use this int and when to use signed int. Int is the default data type for integers. It is used when you don't need to specify the signed by unsigned nature explicitly. It is by default. Common in loop counters, arithmetic operations, and the general purpose integer handling. When to use signed int, now explicitly declare signed int when you want to ensure that the variable can store both positive and negative values, making your intent clearer to readers. Okay. Useful in system or code bases where data types are strictly defined for clarity. So 19 is for clarity and int is by default in C. So clear about int and signed int, when to use and how we can use, what is the size of int and signed int, and what is the difference as well. Okay. So next, move to unsigned. Next, we move to unsigned int. Okay. So our topic will be next unsigned int. Let's write. Number 2 is unsigned int, and unsigned int is of 2 byte or 4 byte. Here I am telling you that it could be of both 2 byte by 4 byte. Next, their size should be 0 to 65535. If it is 4 byte, then their size will be 0 to 4294967295. Okay. And the format specifier will be percentile U. Remember, unsigned means the word starts with U, unsigned, and percentile U for that. So, how will you remember this 2 byte, 4 byte thing, and the size is 0 to 65535? Now you know that 1 byte uh, equals to 8 bit, right? 8 bit means 2 to the power 8 and 2 to the power 8 means 256. If it starts from 0, that will be 0 to 255. That is 1 byte. That is 1 byte. Now, if it is 2 byte, then it have to be its double. 2 to the power 16 you can say, or 2 to the 25, 255, or we can say 256 multiplied by 256 will be equal to 65536. That is 6, that is 0 to 65535. Similarly, 65536 multiplied by 655 means 2 to the power 32. 36 is equal to 4 byte, that is 429496795. Sorry, 96. That is 0 to, that is 0 to this number. Okay. Can you see properly? Okay. Now, so our next movement will be towards the code. Okay. So as I already mentioned to you previously that I have already written the code, because otherwise it will be a lengthy video. Okay. So let's run the code. Here I am just making it a command and using the same file to run the code. Now, in one, I have mentioned unsigned int, that is of 2 byte 65535, and in another unsigned int, that is a 4 byte maximum value for 4 byte, and the size we have to print of unsigned integer of this particular compiler, that is I am using VS Code, and for VS Code we will find out the unsigned integers size. Okay. Value then we will print next. Now let me save and run. Okay, see the size of unsigned integer here, it is showing 4 byte. Okay, value of number 1 65535. Now one another thing I want to show you. As a student, I was very curious, if I give more than this, what it will show, whether it will show the correct answer or it will show the overflow warning, what it will show. So I am changing this one, not the this one, but this one too. Instead of 3535, I am making it 899. Okay, it is bigger than 2 byte. Actually, it will not work much. Let me change the next one. Okay. Why I changed this one? Because my compiler is of 4 byte. So let's again save and run. See, First they gave the warning and now it is giving a wrong answer. In previous answer, it was showing the actual result. Now it is giving the wrong answer. And the problem is long unsigned into unsigned in changes value found. That means it already done overflow. It faced the overflow problem. So it is overflowed. Okay. So let's again make it the correct one. That is 4294967 295. Now we can save and run. It is showing the correct answer. See here. Okay. Uh, in today's topic, we only shared integer, signed integer, and unsigned integer. This is only the part 1, and um, let's make the part 2, and there I will elaborate some more integers. Okay. Thank you.